It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. And it comes your way next.
It's one of the loudest venues in the National Football League. We're inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, home of the Chiefs. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from KC. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans come out with the Rookie of the Year from last year in the NFL. C.J. Stroud, he was the #2 overall pick out of Ohio State. Greg, a talented quarterback here.
If there's going to be a poster child for just how flawed the pre-draft process can be at times, I think this guy's at the top. I mean, just think, last year, people are nitpicking him going into his rookie year. He can't do this, he can't do that. And what does he do? He comes out and has arguably the greatest rookie quarterback season in NFL history, not only bringing his franchise back to life, but really establishing himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league.
That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
How impressive was this, Mike? I mean, every week, yes, we see running backs used in the passing game. Check down, screens out of the backfield, typically underneath short throws that allow them to then run after the catch. But for him to not only generate separation downfield, but then track that ball, I mean, frankly, he looked like a wide receiver. I mean, that is impressive performance out of the backfield for a guy that on the roster is labeled as a running back.
They run with the longtime Bengal, Joe Mixon. And this time, they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll go right back to Mixon. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up third down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to be fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal, but I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special, and needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
Mahomes quickly out to Rice. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down. If he doesn't pick up the extra yards after the catch, they've got a fourth down play call they feel great about, and we're going to see what it looks like.
The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air, but they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down. Oh, you're going to put your...
The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. That is Mike Dana working his way in there to record the sack.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, and after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left, and for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. They will work the middle with Mixon. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. So, fourth down, and it's the former Chief, Tommy Townsend, to punt for Houston. Nicole Hardman deep to return. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
At the Texans' 47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Off he goes. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Texans who have the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. To throw is Mahomes. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a...
And he will get into the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs move out to a 7-3 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout. It is C.J. Stroud in need of some attention. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A run here with Mixon. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Throwing is Mills. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 13 yards on the catch there. First down for Houston.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Back to throw, Mills. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Now Mills. A throw left side finds Dell. They'll come up to third and 3. They'll try and run for this with Mixon.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Here's Tommy Townsend now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Chiefs' offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. Gray is the motion man here. On first down, it's Mahomes. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll lead to a second down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. (7-3) is the score. With 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Mahomes going to throw here on third down. He'll try and get there on the ground.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3 and out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on third down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
First down throw, Mahomes. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target, and it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. Here's Matt Araiza now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Texans offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Throwing on second down, Stroud. That one caught by Tank Dell. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Mixon. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On comes the punter now as he's on to punt for Houston. Taken at the 19. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They put Kelsey in motion. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. They put Kelsey in motion. Right back to the air from Mahomes. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Hardman now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Mahomes on 1st down. That's over the middle and caught by Rice.
These are the type of plays that drive a coach crazy in the film room, and you have to learn as a quarterback to avoid. You can take some chances. You can push the ball downfield, but not only to pick up a couple yards. You got to pick your chances of when you want to be aggressive, and you got to make sure you make better decisions going forward.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Into the hands of Juju. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Up the middle they go. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Mahomes back. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. In these goal-to-go situations, backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That one taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
His kick is good. Makes the score Chiefs 14, Texans 3.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Texans offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Open man, that's Collins. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. first down pickup by Mixon, and he's one of the Texans' many additions this offseason. It's pretty incredible to think, Mike, in only his second year as the head coach, the roster that DeMeco Ryans continues to assemble. Not only is Mixon still a productive back in his own right, but he should take a lot of pressure off C.J. Stroud.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw is Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. First and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A second down throw for Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Texans first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That is caught. What a throw. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now a big spot here for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They look to run with Mixon.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here come the Chiefs and last year's Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, for their next drive. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Now, Stroud. This is caught downfield. It's Dell. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
While everybody wants to attack the middle of the field, you just have to make sure you don't do it recklessly. You want to make sure you protect both the ball and your receiver. And in this case, he does both. Puts it on the money, picks up a big gain.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. On the quick slant, they find Dell.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
And he will score. Game on. Tank Dell. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Texans have cut the deficit to 5.
21, Texans 16.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Smith-Schuster, the man in motion. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Smith-Schuster. And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
for the Chiefs.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. They're going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL.